Okay, we are ready, rolling. Oh my gosh, the levels look very, very good today. They look very good. The water is nice. Oh my goodness. The power of intention, how to reimagine your story in a time of struggle and change. Listen, my friends, today we are diving into a topic that will change everything. It will change your life if you pay attention. It is the power of intention. Now, before we get into intention, I just want to acknowledge something that's really driving me today, and the reason why I think setting a tone of intention is so critical as we move forward, as we move into 2025. In reality, the old world of working is disappearing. The jobs, the industries that we thought were stable are changing or disappearing entirely. I use disappearing a lot. I'm sorry about that. Listen, my friends, we have to be creative. We have to be able to imagine something new for ourselves and a new way to contribute, to collaborate, to consult, to coach, to train. In fact, it is the reason why I've created this podcast, because I think there isn't enough focus on what we are doing in our minds to reimagine in a world that is so unstable, a world where we're not sure what's happening anymore. And actually, I think this is a world where if you trust yourself, if you love yourself, if you are kind to yourself, if you are a person of action, if you believe that you can change, if you are adaptable, it's time to pivot. And for those of you who are listening and not watching, I'm dancing. I'm doing a little dance because this is a moment to raise the vibration and pivot into a new world. Let me tell you this. Your life is not a product of chance. It is a product of choice. The stories you've been living, the beliefs you've held, and the habits you've built have all led you to this place. Except this place happens to be in a world that is changing and being transformed as we speak. But here's the truth. No matter what world we are in, we always have the power inside of ourselves to rewrite, reimagine, recreate, remake, design what? Our story. And our story is about how we think and our thoughts proceed our actions. In this episode, I will teach you how to set bold and audacious intentions. Bold and audacious. In fact, right now, get a pen and paper. You know I love the pen and paper. Get a pencil. Get a crayon, get a marker. Some of you said, from the last episode, you like to use your phone. Fine, use your phone. But don't look at the notifications for other things, because I don't want you to get distracted. I want you to be in this space with me, because we are going to co-create together. We cannot have transformation when we are distracted. So let's get started. Intention is the foundation for manifestation. Manifestation is not a wish. It is a decision. I'm going to say it again. Manifestation is not a wish, and it is not magic. And I know you are going to hear that from me over and over again, but it is a decision. Without intention, you are a passenger in your own life. Without intention, you are in the car of someone else. This is why most people fail. They are not clear. They are not clear about their life, about their intentions, about the necessity to be bold. They are trapped in a story that doesn't even belong to them, and they are fear-based. And if that's you right now, because it was me, there's no shame in this game, okay? I know what it's like to be driven by fear. I know what it's like to be driven by anxiety. I also know, and for years I did not, and I'm not ashamed to talk about this. For years, I had two minds working in parallel. I accepted that I thought differently from most people I was around or came from. However, I tried to be what other people needed me to be, wanted me to be, in order to make things okay. And one of the challenges with that behavior and that thinking is that you can end up creating a life that's harder than it needs to be. and miserable. And the reason why it's harder is because each of us is born with unique skills, a unique character, a unique soul and spirit and mind and intelligence. Each of us. I mean, this is one of the things that is most extraordinary about human beings. There is not one human being on this earth that is like you. They might be similar. They might look like you, but they are not you. They don't have your fingerprint. They don't have your mind. They don't have your heart. Their body doesn't function like yours. And the way we have evolved as human beings, the way we've been able to stay safe and build new things, is that we conform, that we work together, that we coordinate with other people. And in so many ways, this is good. But in so many ways, it is not good. And it is not good when it means that who you are as a person is suppressed. Here's where the real pain comes from. When you suppress who you are, and I've done it, you struggle. You struggle because you're trying to be acceptable to other people. You're trying to fit in with the rest of the world. And the reason I did it wasn't because I didn't like myself or I didn't accept myself. I kind of figured out I was a bit unusual a long time ago, and I'm going to tell you that story on another day. But I had this idea that I could not exist as I was in the world that I was in, and so that I needed to conform, I needed to adjust, and we all do need to adjust. But there is a point that when you adjust so much, you end up creating a life that you can't even manage. And often, what happens is that something tragic happens, especially as you get to midlife. Someone close to you dies, or you go through a divorce, or you lose your partner, or you have something catastrophic happen in your life. Things happen, and you're not ready for it. And you're not ready for it because you've been trying to do the right thing. You've been trying to go the right way. And now all of a sudden something has come out of the blue that you didn't ever expect for a life that you never even wanted to live, at least not that way. So you've got your pen and your paper or your phone. I've given in. I don't want to give in to the phone, but I've given in. And I have a question for you. What is your intention for your life right now? I'm going to say it again. What is your intention for your life right now? Most people do not have an answer. They're mind wandering. In fact, there was a Harvard study and a few years ago, and it demonstrated, I think it was 6 years ago, that 47% of the time we are distracted. Just feel that for a moment. 47% of the time we are distracted. We are distracted from ourselves, from our lives. We are trying to survive. We are reacting. And this is the piece that is really important for you to hear. Well, actually, it's a question, actually. It's about playing small. Like in the distraction, in the surviving, in the reacting, are you still playing small? But you see, the intention is where power begins. You see, if you make a decision today that you will live an intentional life, I am telling you, your life is going to change. It's going to change in hours, because every step you make next will be born out of what you understand that you truly want, rather than what you think others need you to want or to do. Like let's say you make a decision right now, and the decision is, I'm going to speak to myself differently about what I need. This is what I want, and this is who I am. This is what I want, and this is who I am. Do you know what you want? Do you know what you want? Do you know who you are becoming? Can you answer the question? Can you sit with the question? Can you bear to write the question down? Do you know what you want? And do you know who you are becoming? You see, intention is deliberate. When you are playing small and you are being casual with your dreams and your hopes and your desires, what you end up receiving is a life that is not truly what you want or what your spirit and your soul needs. You see, your spirit and your soul and your character and your being requires, I think, 3 things. Let's call them pillars. They require clarity, commitment, courage. Clarity. Clarity is about being specific. And sometimes we don't want to be specific because we're committed to so many things. I've done that. I want to do all these different things. No, my friends, get this. If you get nothing from this exchange between us, this virtual space, understand this. Clarity is required in order to build the anatomy of intention. Be specific, know precisely what you want, make a choice. It doesn't have to be about every single thing in your life, but choose one thing right now to be clear about, to be specific about, to define, and to let the words come out of your mouth. I want this. Then the other piece cannot be dabbled in. You cannot be in and out about it, is commitment. Commitment. Sometimes we want other people to commit to us, but we are not even committed to ourselves. I want you to think about going all in on the thing that you are most clear about. And then in order to be clear and committed consistently, sustainably, it requires courage. I love the word courage. I admire people with courage. I've had to have courage in my life many times. But I have to be frank with you. I have often been courageous about helping others, and I was not always courageous about my own dreams. And when I changed that switch, when I turned that switch on, everything changed. Bold intentions require and bold action. That requires courage. So let's try this exercise. I love journals. Some of you do not. I like even just, what I love more than a journal is a big piece of white paper. Either you paste it onto a wall or you put it onto the floor. There's something about it that just feels like you've just got so much space. On this big white piece of paper or on a journal or in a journal or on the journal, you just would have to use many journals. I want you to write down this question. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. I want you to lift up your sternum because you need courage to answer this question. If I knew I couldn't fail, what would I create in the next 4 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 12 months? Now I want you to be specific. I want you to really focus on what that specific object, thing, idea, notion is. Like I wanted to build a six-figure coaching business at one point. We've surpassed that now, but when I actually wrote it down, I was shaking because I had always worked as an employee. I had always coached and consulted on the side, but then I was going to just make my business the whole thing. Well, guess what happens when you get really targeted? You cannot be, wishy-washy. You have a concrete structure. You have to have ideas that you can actually bring to fruition. So I want you to think about it, especially if you are out of work right now, or especially if you're building a business. Write it down in a journal, on a scrap of paper, on a big white piece of paper. Maybe do all three. I did all three, and that's what helped me. And I want to encourage you to feel the weight of writing it down, and or you know what, if writing is uncomfortable, say it out loud, speak it out loud. Your intention needs to feel real in your body. Even when I decided to build this podcast, I wanted to reach out to people I knew and people I didn't know, people that I thought were inspiring, people that I thought were doing amazing things in their community or in the nation or, online. And my intention was to just connect. This is a moment, my friends, to take action, to become clear, to be committed, to have courage. And so here's what I'm asking you. When you write the answer down, what do you feel? What do you feel? Do you feel it? Intention without feeling and emotion is like a car without wheels. It looks good, but it's not going to go anywhere. Your emotion, your truth, your clarity, your commitment, your courage, that is what propels manifestation into reality. And I'm going to tell you a hard truth. Here's the secret. Not the secret, but the secret. Weak intentions get weak results. If you are what you want, if you are vague about what you want, your intention will be weak. The universe, your mind, your unconscious self will not believe that you are serious. Are you serious? I think you are serious. But are you willing to take the steps to even commit to writing down the thing that you want? Your intention must be clear. It must feel like in this moment, it is a decision. And once you commit to that decision, once you decide that even though you are afraid, you are committed, courage will grow in you. Because you see, this is not about magical thinking. It is not about wishful thinking. We are not here to wish. We are not here to wish. We are here to manifest. Now, there are a couple things I'd like you to do right now. Can you think about the story you tell about who you are? When you meet someone and they say, like, hi, how are you? What do you do for a living? Or where do you live? Or where are you from? Or, what are you interested in? What do you say? Can you write down what you say? No judgment, just write down what you say. Now here's the next question. Is it the truth? Is what you say about yourself to yourself and or to others the truth? No judgment. No judgment. Now, are you willing to rewrite the narrative of who you are? And here's my other question. As you think about what the truth is about who you are and what your story is, are there any beliefs that you have that are limiting what you actually allow yourself to want? Here's the next question. Are your current actions aligned with the story you have told or that you want to tell about yourself? I know this is hard. This is deep work. This is hard work. This is deep and hard work. Be kind to yourself here. Be nice. Don't be hard. In fact, get a new piece of paper or go to another page of your journal or start another note on your phone. I don't want you to have your phone, by the way. Did I mention that? Write down one limiting belief that you've been holding on to. And I've shared this before. So I had this belief for many years that I wasn't enough, that I could never be perfect enough. It was more about, I have to keep trying harder. I have to keep trying harder. The reality is that when you're making something, in the making of it, you actually just get better at doing it. In the things that fail, you actually get better. This is human nature. And there is no such thing as perfection. There are many imperfections that create amazing and extraordinary things. And what I create, someone else can build on. And what someone else is building, I can make something new out of. We are all co-creators in this world. There is enough room for everyone. In fact, say this: I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. So, have you written down the limiting belief that you may have? Are you willing to let go of it? Now, here's the thing. This is very important in thinking about limiting beliefs. Where did it come from? I can identify one of the places. So for a long time, I did not think I was enough. It took me a long time to sort of vanquish that, to excavate, what was that about? And I remembered when I was doing this mindfulness exercise in my late 20s that I had this memory of being a kid or 11 and working on this school program, and I was working with a family member who loved me very much, and they were trying to help me, and I loved them. And in their helping, in their frustration, they said, "Are you dumb?" And I felt that in my heart. Now, years later, they would say, "I never thought you were dumb." They didn't even remember saying it. But that became the seed of an idea that I carried, where I was always trying to excel, to prove that I was not dumb. It wasn't ever even true. Do you have anything like that? Do you have anything in your mind that someone else told you? They planted it once and you thought it 1,000,000 times? Are you willing in this moment to just let it go? Can you try? And can you turn it around and rewrite it in an empowering way to make it a belief that you repeat every day, that aligns with your new actions, with your bold intention? Right now, write down an empowering belief for you. And it could be something like, for so many people right now, they're in midlife, and that's a good thing. That's a great thing to get to midlife. But we live in a society that has weird ideas about aging. And so if there's a part of you that's thinking, well, I'm too old to try something new, I'm too old to go down a new path, I've got to keep doing what I'm doing because that's what's going to keep my life working. What if we tried rewriting that statement to something that's undeniable, which is absolutely true? Rather than I'm too old, how about I have the wisdom and experience to achieve anything that I desire? I have the wisdom and experience to achieve anything that I desire. And how does it feel when you say it? How does it feel when you write it? My friend, what if this became your new story? And every time that belief came up of I'm not enough or I'm too old or whatever the idea is, you said to yourself, I have the wisdom and experience to achieve anything I desire. And that every day you remind yourself, this is my truth. You see, I want you today to set a bold intention, to commit to one action and one activation with your truest intention. Yes, I want you to understand that your intention is the beginning of manifestation. It is not about thinking. It is about doing. It's about aligning your emotion, your energy, your thoughts and beliefs, right, with a bold statement. So can you find a bold statement in yourself right now? Breathe. In fact, actually do this. Breathe in deeply, whether you are standing, whether you are sitting, maybe you're even laying down now. Because maybe they're like, Shay, it's too much. It isn't. We're just beginning. Breathe in through your nostrils. Breathe in and allow your belly to expand as wide as you can. Breathe in for 1, for 2, for 3. Now hold the breath here for 4. For 3, for 2, for 1. Hold again. Now on the count of 6, feeling the power of your intention, exhale by opening the mouth. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now again, make a fist with your hands, a fist with your toes. Tighten your eye sockets. Breathe in for 4. Allow your stomach to expand. Let's do it together. Breathe in for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Now hold. Now on the count of 6, release the tension and exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows. And I want you to say this out loud. On this day, today, I choose to believe in myself, to believe in my dream, to believe that my intention is the beginning of momentum. Yes? And now, in the same mind's eye, write down or think out loud and say it. What will your action be today to move your intention and your vision forward? It doesn't have to be big, but it does have to be truthful. You see, clarity creates focus. Action fuels transformation. Intention is the beginning of manifestation. Your manifestation begins the moment you begin. So my friend, my friends, the question is, what story are you telling today about yourself? Are you willing to reimagine it and rewrite it? When you write it or you say it out loud, how does it feel in your body, in your bones, in your muscles, in your belly? You are, just so you understand this, just so you understand it, you are the living, walking manifestation of your manifestations. So until next time, get clear, commit, have courage, even if you're scared, to live your life, your truest life. And if you're comfortable, DM me, email me, share your manifestation with me. I want to support you. I want you to grow into the person that you truly are and not be afraid to be yourself. And what will happen is that you will see opportunities to better your life, to have the work that you want, to be in the relationship that you want, to be at peace with yourself because you are living from a place of truthfulness about who you are. You see, the world can be worlding and doing all sorts of wild things, but the world is not your mind. Your mind is precious and beautiful. Your body is precious and beautiful, and you are a representation of your deepest desires and your deepest dreams. So now, today is the day to start living it. Don't wait. Set your bold intention, write it down, speak it out loud, and know that that is your birthright. My friends, thank you for tuning in. Remember, your intention creates your reality. Set it boldly, act on it courageously, and watch your life transform. And I hope the answer is it did. If this episode resonated with you, share this episode. Subscribe if you haven't already. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and at Coach Shay Marville. Let's build a movement. Let's grow forward. Let's not let the negative things that are occurring dictate who we become and what we create in this beautiful world. And until next time, live boldly, be mindful, and manifest your greatness. Ciao for now.